Hey guys, this is going to be my first ever video on this channel, and I thought it was appropriate that the first video I ever did, was this week. This week, from the 8th through the 14th, is National Suicide Prevention Week, and I thought that it would be appropriate to do a video this week. So the reason behind me saying that is, I want to say about 11 years ago, I was at that point to where I wanted to take my life. Just through things going on in my life, I thought personally I wasn't good enough for people. I allowed people to take advantage of me. And, you know, I just allowed it. And, I had friends telling me that, everything's going to be okay. I had family members telling me it was going to be okay. And at that point, it wasn't okay. I thought I wasn't going to be okay. And, you know, I, I drank heavily. I, you know, took, took pills with drinking. I also tried to tie a one of my belts around my neck. It got really bad. I allowed certain individuals to take advantage of me, take advantage of my love, and my affection for them. And, I allowed it, and it got really bad, like I said. And, the funny thing is, I had everybody, like I said earlier in this video, I had everybody saying that, everything was going to be okay, that, I'm going to find someone that's going to appreciate me for me. And I didn't believe that. And the funny thing was, I actually was able to get myself out. And how I got through it was, I don't know if I have to put a disclaimer on this or not, but I want to say for a good year and a half, to the very end of me, you know, that whole year and a half of me trying to get myself out of my depression and trying to take my own life. At night, I was actually watching It's a Wonderful Life. And funny thing is It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie. But I was actually watching it before I went to bed. And if you know It's a Wonderful Life, if you know the story, it's about George Bailey and how, it's through the Depression, and how his bank lost everybody's money. And they couldn't, they weren't going to be able to stay open. And George thought he failed everybody, thought he failed his family, and he was almost going to take his own life. And his guardian angel came down from the heavens and said, it came down, fell from the sky into the the river, and George ended up jumping in and saving him. And as they were trying to dry up, he turns to Clarence, which is his guardian angel, and he said, "I wish I'd never been born." And during my whole depression and me trying to take my own life, I thought about that. I wish I was never born. And one of my friends actually said, if you were never born, our lives would be totally different. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think of that until I was just watching It's a Wonderful Life for, like I said, a good year and a half. And then I got it. I literally got it. Of, you know, when George Bailey says this to Clarence, I wish I never been born, there's that time lapse of him going into his town and no one knows who he is. From his mom, you know, from people he went to high school with, to the drugstore owner that he had worked for. The drugstore owner was a homeless person and a drunkie. To one of the girls that he went to high school with, you know, everybody didn't want her around because she was quote unquote easy. And even his childhood crush didn't even know who he was. And at the end of it, he tells Clarence, bring me back, because I don't like this life. And I ended up getting it. I ended up telling myself, and I ended up getting myself out saying, this is what life would be like if you weren't born. This is what life would be like if you did succeed in taking your own life. And another thing too that got me out was the Katy Perry song "Roar." In one of the lines says, "I am a fighter, I am a champion, so hear me roar." And thinking about it, the life that I had led up to that point, in between me being very depressed, trying to take my life, I allowed those people, those individuals who had I allowed to take advantage of me. They were taking advantage of me up to that point. And you know, watching It's a Wonderful Life for a year and a half, and then listening to that song, I got myself out and saying, you know what? There's more to life than what I see. And a lot of the times people, when they're at that point, trying to take their life, they feel like they don't have anybody around them. They don't feel loved. And that's what I was. And, you know, I I was able to get myself out. My mom is, you know, she goes to church a lot, and she once told me, "Oh, you just got to get back to church, and you'll be able to get over it, and you'll find the way. God will help you find the way." And that is true. God always finds the way. God always helps you find the way. And I think by me going through what I did, and me watching It's a Wonderful Life for, like I said, that year and a half when I was, going through it, going to bed, going to sleep, watching it, I was able to get myself out. And, to anybody that feels like they don't have an out, that suicide's the way to go, it's not. There's always a way for you to get out, and suicide is never the way. I learned that. It took me a long time. It literally took me a long time. It took me a good 2 years, 3 years tops. And then that, like I said, that last portion of that, was me getting myself out. Suicide isn't the way to go. It's never the way to go. And you can get you can get yourself out. It's a long, tough road. And as you can see, I have bags under my eyes. That's the bags under my eyes are the fight that I had. And it's funny because 4 years ago. I met my wife. You know, we've been married for 2 years, but I found my wife 4 years ago through one of my good friends, and she makes me the happiest. And that emptiness, that love that I was trying to find through those people, through those individuals that I allowed to take advantage of me, the love that I was looking for, I found through my wife. It took me a long time to find that love, but the one thing is my wife loves me for me, and I love her for her. And, you know, you you can get yourself out. Suicide isn't the way to go. It's a long, arduous road, but know that there are individuals that can help you. And, call the 1-800 number hotline, talk to a friend, find something that you love. I love movies, so I think that's one of the reasons why I watched It's a Wonderful Life a lot. And as I've always said, I'm an old soul, so I love old school movies, and that's one of the movies that I love, and that's that It's a Wonderful Life is my second favorite movie, behind The Wizard of Oz, and it helped me, and just find something that can help you. Suicide isn't the way out. You can do it. And funny thing is on my wedding day, that good friend that helped me find my wife told me that, you know, we're all glad you didn't leave this world, because we wouldn't know where our lives would be if you did. And again, suicide isn't the way out. If you do have those suicide thoughts, talk to someone. Call the 1-800 number hotline. Find something that you love, whether it be books, music, movies, church, prayer, meditation, sports, and hone into that. Because those things can help you get out. It takes a long time, I know. But like I said, suicide isn't the way out. And it helped me a lot to try to figure out something else. You can too.